I forgot to hit the little button and go like with the do 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 do. But nevertheless, hello World Wide Web. I'm Dr. Shadow, the internet personality best hair, and welcome to Live and Wired, episode 143. The public is his domain. Now let me check something. Did I get that set up? Yes, I did. Okay. All right. So should be okay. Yeah. So there we go. Usually I see a little more chat by now. I don't know if my chat things. Okay. Well, point is, welcome, everyone. And normally at this point I'd be saying hello to people and fielding questions. I don't see anything. Okay, there we go. Hello, Veronica A. Hello, Julia Goodwin. Okay, it's not busted. Hello, name tag. Welcome. Yes, we got a good amount of actual news this episode. I actually sat down and put together a news sheet. Can we get a round of applause? I did the bare minimum. Anyway, yeah. Hello, Don Pandemoniac. Hello, Biscuits of Hersic. The Logical Caveman, the Weasel, Mr. Taskmaster, Jimmy Miller, Undead Igmeister, Artie Pavlov, and Under the Veil. Welcome. Which reminds me, there is one thing I definitely need to set as soon as possible. MacGyver is getting a 4K. Nice. I could get into that. What up? Well, I need to specify precisely what is up immediately. Normally I don't have a ticker going off the whole time, but this is kind of important. So this will be with us for the entire episode to keep it in mind for everyone joining at every time. Boom. Under the Veil needs your help. And we have a GoFundMe in the description. Now, you may be wondering, just what in the heck is this man talking about? Under the Veil. We love Under the Veil. She's right here. She's clapping. She's saying hi. She's putting in her work as moderator. Feel free to read what's in the link. That's what I was about to do. I wasn't worried. I was about to jump in there. So let me present my screen. Entire screen. Here we go. And whoom. So here is a little bit of what's going on with Under the Veil right now. Wheelchair-bound homeless woman needs help. I'm sorry, I can't. I default to hamming up everything I read. I'm not trying to be funny. Let me just try and read it as plain as possible. Okay. So, hello, I'm Shannon. For the last 2 years, 2+ years, I've been homeless and staying with various friends. It all started when someone very close to me was incarcerated for something I had no idea they were doing. For the sake of my children, I'd prefer to leave it at that. Needless to say, I left at the time with my children. In one fell swoop, I lost my home, my main caregiver, and in essence, my children, because I can't care for them both on my own without help. They are living with family, and I have full access to them and see them frequently. Since this happened, I've basically been surviving by the grace of kind people in my life that took me in and helped me with my physical day-to-day needs. Unfortunately, all these avenues have been exhausted, and I cannot be a burden on people for the rest of my life. But an opportunity has presented itself. I have found an apartment especially set up for people with disabilities within walking distance of friends who can help me on a day-to-day basis physically. The rent has a possibility of being subsidized, but I can't get on the list for subsidy until I actually move in. And because it is now the new year, the rent has raised, as well as security deposits. Most of my money every month is going to medication, so I am basically coming now to you one more time, hoping for the kindness of others, as I have had for the last 2 years to survive. It's a strange position to be in because up until this point, I was known by most people in my life as the one who took in strays, giving people a place to live that needed help. No questions asked for as long as they needed. I'm a typically independent person, and I don't ask for help lightly or with much ease. I just need help getting over this last hump, and I will finally be in a place where I can really be independent for the first time in my life and thrive. I suppose I can give more information later in the updates. This is just a starting point to get this GoFundMe started. Thank you for whatever help you can give, even if it's just sharing this around. So, $3,000 goal, already $1,005 raised. So doing fantastic so far. Thank you, everyone who has shown support. But the link is in the description on YouTube. I don't have a description on Twitch, and Periscope on Twitter doesn't work that way. So check out the YouTube channel. The how do you donate? The donate now button. I assume it's GoFundMe. I haven't really used the GoFundMe before, so I'm not 100% on exactly how the payment system is set up, but I assume they take most major credit cards and PayPal and most major payment systems. So yeah, Shannon needs help. And so that's the first bit to discuss. I'm going to leave the ticker going the whole time, but let us get down to the live and the wired. The live and the wired. Ever thought about reviewing video games like just a plot? Generally, I have avoided the idea because even for just the plot, I feel like I still got to spend a lot more time in a game than I do with a movie. A movie over and done within 90 minutes, about, sometimes up to 2 hours, or maybe there's the 3-hour movie. Wow, that's a humdinger right there. When I went mad with the Summer of the Planet of the Apes, it was 11 and a half hours of the Planet of the Apes TV series. That still ain't nothing compared to your average game length. The amount of time just spent playing through it. Now, of course, just summarizing the story, I don't necessarily have to play through it, but that's kind of cheating. It's kind of cheating. And yeah, that's another thing to keep in mind. Even if you cannot directly donate, just sharing the GoFundMe around and spreading the word is a big help. It really is. It's kind of, I've seen better starts to years. Just saying. If anyone has any follow-up questions, go ahead and ask. Really don't mind answering them in chat. Didn't want to blast horrible details all over the internet. Yes. Well, okay, I'm going to have to give that to Vale myself then, because that's going to me in the super chats. Okay, well, donate now. Let's get this going. Well, no. 5. Do. Here we go. There we are. There we go. Okay. Do. No worries. Well, at least it ended up in the right spot. Have I ever seen the original Sleeping Beauty? Like original, are we talking? Or like, was it 1930s Disney? I think so. Like that was where it's like, oh, your child will be cursed. They will die when they prick their finger on the spinning wheel. The loom thing, just the needle on a spinning wheel. Ooh. And they were like, I got it. Good plan. We're going to burn all the spinning wheels in the kingdom. That'll show that witch. Yeah. And then she just kind of wanders off on her own as like finds one in a decrepit little cubby somewhere. Hey, like, what's this? It's like, God damn it, Sleeping Beauty. Why'd you... The one thing. Just jumped in. What did you miss? Well, the ticker is is for you, because that's why it's there, for everyone who comes at any point to be able to see. But we are 10 minutes in, which means it's time to break into the entertainment news. As important as the news with Under the Veil and the help she needs is, well, it's not entertaining, technically speaking. Next review is Outland. The next review is Outland, the one that was requested last Live and Wired. I got the movie and I love it, and I want to. I'm working on a review for it right now. But the first bit of news we got to go on is Steamboat Hams. Mickey Mouse has hit the public domain. Ish. What am I doing? How do this fine Saturday evening? Well enough, Kiro. Well enough. But yeah, for anyone who has been asleep for the last week, Steamboat Willie, earliest versions of Mickey Mouse, which was like Steamboat Willie and a prior one where it's not just like his eyelids and you get the small eyes, but he's got those are two gigantic eyes. That kind of version of Mickey there. Those are now officially in the public domain. And I believe I saw it best said on one account on Twitter that said that everyone's running in a victory lap talking about Steamboat Willie. Mickey Mouse is public domain, and they're showing off by drawing a bunch of fan art, which was already allowed. So... Yeah, it is only the original. It's specifically like the Steamboat Willie version and the version that came prior to that. I can't remember exactly what that one's referred to as. But it's very much... Oh, yes. It's very much... It is very much the... Damn it, words come out of brain. It is not the current Mickey Mouse designs. There have been several Mickey Mouse designs over the years, and the Disney company lobbied their asses off for the last century to get the term of copyright to be extended so much, because it used to be like 28 years in America. It's been a little longer than 28 years since Mickey Mouse showed up, but they fought long and hard to make sure that Mickey Mouse never got in the public domain. And now it's in the public domain. My lifetime is showing me all kinds of stuff that I never thought was going to happen, but here we are. Jesus. That's quite a time to be alive, guys. Well, butter my biscuits. Steamboat Willie is public domain. Great. Are we going to get a Steamboat Willie horror film? Oh, we've already got trailers for at least 2 Steamboat Willie horror films, a Steamboat Willie horror game. There's a lot. It's just leaning entirely into horror. And I do believe that the last set of public domain horror films is very much to blame, because horror tends to be a genre that you can throw together on the cheap. You can find a lot of guys who'll do all kinds of stuff, and they're always looking for new ideas. Creativity goes a long way in horror. No one's sitting there saying, man, I really want to check out a rom-com, but I really hope this one has an interesting twist to it. No one gives a shit about an interesting twist to a rom-com. They care if they can get invested in the characters. No one gives a shit about that in horror. They want just put it in space, like do something. So you got what's the brain? Come on, work with brain, words. I'm not nearly as wired as I'm supposed to be. I should have had more coffee today. More coffee, definitely. Or probably I should have eaten lunch. That's kind of important. Keeps you wired. Evening, Shells, evening. Rom comes to the same plot, just like most horror movies. Well, yeah, Joel. Yeah. I'm completely overwhelmed with all the kindness and generosity over the past few days from people all over the world that don't know. Do you not know them? Or do we know each other all entirely? I feel like we're all one big incredibly happy family. Everyone's big and everyone's happy and everyone's a family, which does make a lot of relationships very weird. But it's the internet. Anyway, anyhow, I am getting way off topic and I really should have had lunch. Yes, there are lots of Steamboat Willie horror projects in the works. They most likely have been in the works for a while because a lot of them seem, as soon as January 1st, like, as soon as the ball dropped, the fireworks went off, everyone was like, Happy New, and then suddenly, boom, you had the Steamboat Willie horror film just trailer drop, and it's clear they've been working on it a lot longer than half a second. So... The day after tomorrow is 20 years old? Have I ever been into Holland? I don't believe so. For doing as little traveling as I feel like I have compared to the amount of traveling I've wanted to do, I have honestly traveled quite a bit. But I do not believe I've ever been to Holland. I've been to Beijing, Japan. I've been to Frankfurt and Helsinki, Finland. And I've been to America, been around America, born in Vermont, lived in Pennsylvania, went to New Jersey, went to Delaware, went to Maryland. That was just walking down the street. It still counts. Went over to Chicago, Illinois, was on TV for a beat, and then came on down to Texas, been through Louisiana, been to Mississippi, just going around doing your things. That's how it go. Well, the summer of Mickey Mouse, probably, whether we like it or not, there's going to be a lot of Mickey Mouse horror. Just, boom, right there. Ugh. Likelihood of a certain Disney blue furball entering public domain is possibly going to happen after the live-action movie. Blue furball. The only blue furball I can think of is... Stitch, but I'm pretty doubtful that that's anywhere close to being in the public domain. I do not believe Disney owns Sonic. At least not yet. Not yet. Oh yeah, I mean they didn't spend a century fighting to make sure that never happened to just be happy about it happening. But yeah. I gotta move this window around. I keep going like this because of the position there. It's not looking right with the camera. And that. There we are. Okay, that's much better. Not hurting my neck so much. Percy Jackson or Jimmy Neutron? Why does this sound like a loaded question? Everything sounds like a loaded question after enough time. If Disney gets their grimy hands on Sonic, I will riot. Oh, there is the talks that people are like, what if Microsoft acquires Sega? They seem to have a good relationship. And it's like, yeah, but... You see, Sega didn't come off to me like they were really looking to be acquired, whereas there were some talks about an acquisition of Capcom as well, and Capcom was like, we're not interested in being acquired by Microsoft. In the meantime, they're schmoozing up with Apple and putting Resident Evil games on the App Store, and it's like, I see something going on here. Oh, thank you, Vicini. Thank you. Who will own Mickey Mouse and protect it with copyright? The people own Mickey Mouse now. Except the new ones. We don't own them yet. Kind of like with Pooh. The original Pooh is public domain, but got that little red shirt? Is it a little chubby boy? Well, that's Disney's design, still protected by copyright. But yeah. Whew. It is... This does bring up the question, though, exactly, what now with these new public domain events happening, classic stories turning public domain, and it's all just going into horror, which I love. I love horror. You know me, love horror. Horror, great. Peter Pan also, yes, and that's also a horror movie. If I'm not mistaken, that is another horror movie. Like just everything is just straight up horror. That's how it go. I like variety. So, public domain classes. We got a live and wired poll over on Twitter. Public domain classics turned horror is great and all, but what other genres could public domain stories be reimagined as today? We have some options. Number one is the over-the-top action. We all love some over-the-top action up in here. Yes, just have Steamboat Willie hit the turbo and go like Fast and Furious, Tokyo drifting around the bay, just firing off Uzis in all directions. That's what we really need, in my personal opinion. But that's not the only option we have here. We can still involve death in a way that's not super epic with explosions. We can have the murder mysteries. Like in the Steamboat Willie murder mystery movie, people start getting stabbed to death, and then it's the question, like, who's doing it? And by the end, we find out it's Steamboat Willie, and it's very surprising, actually. Total mystery. We could have that, too. Then, of course, there is, quite obviously, in space. We could just have the in-space version. It's the same story, but this time, it's in space. And, of course, why not dating simulator? The poll is live on Twitter right now. I will be sharing it out in the chat momentarily. And boom. There it is. Okay, so for those of you who don't have the chat up for some reason, we can just type that really fast, and you'll get the poll. But yes, time for the next bit of news. Okay. Yes. Interesting thing happened in the. Thank you. Okay, so I have a little bit of food so that I'll stop being all like my blood sugar is. Everything's fine. Anyway, there's an interesting thing that happened in cinema over 2023. It made a lot of money off of original movies, which has studios concerned. I have a little excerpt from this Hollywood Reporter article about how, hey, the film did really good, but it was all things like Oppenheimer and Barbie, which doesn't have a big franchise behind it. The Super Mario Brothers movie did gangbusters. There wasn't any previous Super Mario Brothers movies. How were we supposed to know that these kinds of things were going to take off like this? All of the MCU stuff that we did, we built this big cinematic universe to churn out sequels and side movies. They're all performing like ass. We got a whole. What is this? What's going on? What is happening? And a little excerpt from the article. Everything is so lopsided, says Wall Street analyst Rich Greenfield of Lightshed Ventures. The number of big-budget movies in 2023 that didn't make money felt like an all-time high. Consumer interest in moviegoing has been permanently altered. The question is, can theaters survive another horrific year? Notes the top studio executive. We are definitely going through an evolution, and we can't just keep cranking out the same old franchise fare. We have to do better. The ways we did things for decades don't work anymore. Now you have to hit the bullseye or get close to it. And a lot of that has to do with the abundance of streaming product. There's a multitude of options for audiences to watch at home. That'd better be a special reason to go to the theater. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Favorite Olivia Munn film? You see, the problem is I'm pretty sure the only Olivia Munn film I've seen has been The Predator, which means I have to say The Predator to be logically consistent, but I don't want to. I don't want to. You see, that's an option. It's very pricey to go to the theater. You're not supposed to bring your own snacks, but you really want to spend $50 on a small popcorn? No, you don't. The general experience in theaters could be special, but just really not. It's a bigger screen, and I'm watching this movie with a bunch of loudmouthed assholes. Yay. Whoa. Yeah, I remember I watched Jurassic Park over and over again at the theater. But we had a dollar theater that was showing it. The screen sucked. It was like the room was actually like originally to a single theater, and they just put a wall in it so they could show two movies at once. Like, hey, you guys watch this and you guys watch that. Haha. So the screen was kind of small, but hey, Jurassic Park for $1. Like, Jurassic Park old as hell. Who here would go to the theater to watch Jurassic Park for $1? Like, they kept that in the theaters forever. It took a long time for Jurassic Park to come out on home video. Think everyone snuck food into a movie theater at least once in their life? Well, I have years of practice not eating. So that's generally what I do. I just go I go to the concession stand like, I could eat, and then I see is like, would you like to buy a $25 soda? I'm like, hell no, I would not like to do that. What the fuck? Okay. Bye. All that's going to make me do is have to get up and pee in the middle of a movie, and then I miss part of this expensive ass movie. Why would I want to do this? Why am I doing this to myself? And with home theater setups these days, going to the theater isn't really needed. Yeah, you got your 5.1, your subwoofer there. You got your like 90-inch TV, 4K with that OLED going on. Looks better than a projection. Like pure blacks and this and that, and just great color perfection. And then when you need to get up and pee, you just pause it. And then your family's like, hey, I was watching that. And you're like, yeah, you're going to be watching it later. I got to pee. You can't do that in the theater. You can just pause it and then tell everyone else to fuck off as you go pee. I tried. They kicked me out. Sad. Can always buy those $1 movie candies at Target. Yeah, just to hide them in your, like, I got a little thing there. I just got to make sure that they can't see. Like, put a jacket on. You can have like cookies in there. I don't know. Godzilla would be a good reason to go to the theater. I'm pretty sure if they have a good sound system at the theater, oh god, Godzilla. I'd go to the theater for some Gamera. That's what I'd do. But then again, I haven't even like sprung for Netflix for Gamera, so maybe I wouldn't. Fuck, what am I talking about? Deku o genki desu ka? はい、元気そうです。Genki, or is that the correct? Genki is healthy. Genki desu ka? Are you healthy? It's kind of a greeting of how do you do, effectively. You don't. I think it's like a "How are you?" You don't actually want to know how they are. It's just sort of, "Hey, you healthy? Are you healthy? All right, good, good. Hello. Oka Okagai samadai. I don't know that. Uh oh, that's my moderator is Under the Veil, Shannon. She has been helping on Live and Wired for quite a while now, and she's in a very tough spot. So, Jovat, you're on Twitch. I have the link in my YouTube. I can't have a description in Twitch, so that's it's kind of there. So, and also since it's Live and Wired, it's my main YouTube channel, not not Decker Shadow Gaming, but Decker Shadow. That's where Live and Wired is. Bonus features on DVDs. That's when they were trying to sell the idea of like, hey, here's all this extra stuff that's really cool. And then there's Lou. It's okay. She opened the door. She's not supposed to do that. Anyway, it's time for the next piece of news. It is time. Okay. Yes. This is a little fun thing that popped up recently on the internet. Mainly, it was a lot of the culture war things going on, but the nice takeaway is found out who is the model for Eve in Stellar Blade. She is actually a supermodel from Korea named Shin Jae-un. At least I believe that is how it is pronounced. And Korean names are usually written in Chinese characters as well. That's so I have no idea how to pronounce things in Korean. I'm learning one language at a time. Okay, that's my thing. That's my thing. But talk about exaggerated proportions here. That was a common criticism when Stellar Blade was shown off. There were some rather high profile folks on YouTube who were like, "Oh, why would they design a woman to look like that? That's not how women look." So it's kind of a big like thumb in your nose at folks like, "Yeah, that's an actual woman. Yes, women can look like this. It's amazing that they come in all kinds of shapes and sizes. They really do." But yeah, let's see. Let me present. There we go. I got here. Yeah, here we have the Shift Up World showing off exactly who they got. Jae Blade. And yes, very much looking forward to that game, though it is a bit semi-disappointing for me that it was coming to everything, and then Sony came in and is like, actually, it's a PlayStation exclusive. Like, well, it's a good thing I have a PlayStation. I was hoping to just play the game on my Xbox or my PC, something. But oh well, I'll still be able to play it. It's just not going to be with gamer score. It's going to be with trophies. I'll see if the platinum is worth getting. It's when it comes to the incentives to use each platform. They each have their own little achievement system. Whereas, like with Xbox, I like it because you got the gamer score, and just get an achievement, increase gamer score. There you go. If I feel like it, I'll go grab some more if they're easy to get. Whatevs. PlayStation, you have the trophies and it gives XP to levels. I don't think about the levels. I only care about the platinum. There is not a platinum equivalent on Xbox. There's some talk that they're going to do some reworking this year. Who knows? There's always some talk about that. But I like getting the platinum. But if I see it's like there's any annoying trophies along the way, I'm like, well, screw that platinum, and I don't bother really trying hard on any of them. Steam has achievements that I don't really think about at all. Like they're there, but I don't care about my Steam achievements. And Nintendo's just like, fuck it. We make games, buy the games, you like the games, here you go, play a game. What the hell's an achievement? You play the game, you asshole. So that's how that works out. Yeah, there was a lot of back and forth on the old Twitter with a lot of people using Shin Jae-un as kind of a dunk, which I'm very happy that Shin looks nice, and it's like, yeah, that there's a good reason why Eve is as beautiful as she is in Stellar Blade, because Shin is beautiful, and when you're dealing with a supermodel, usually they don't really like it if you go in after the fact and frump them up just to please Western game journalists. Like, who gives a fuck about them? So yeah, just have a nice looking character for once in your life. Is this live stream on Twitch also? Yes, I got this this streaming to Twitch, YouTube, and to Twitter actually. Though I can't see any comments on Twitter, which is sad. Restream, I could actually see comments from Twitter, but StreamYard is like, we don't know how to do that. Steam achievements mean nothing to me. I used to chase those PS3 trophies like a fiend when I was a kid, and it used to stress me so bad. Yeah, it's funny how like just like I like the gamer score attached to trophies on or achievements on Xbox. So no matter which one I get, I'm like, cool. It makes number go bigger. Lizard brain like. With the PlayStation, it's just the platinum I care about. Everything else is just a means to that. I did platinum EDF 5 on PlayStation 4, so yeah. Very happy about that. That's right. Number go up. Oh, my Twitch name is Decker Shadow. But yeah, the Steam achievements are just kind of there, and like sometimes they pop, sometimes they don't, and I really don't care either way. I just like, Sorry, I was looking up pics of Shin Jae-un. Hey, there was some weird stuff going on Twitter where someone was like, if you think this is attractive, you're into children. It's like, what the hell are you talking about? The woman's nearly 30 years old. What? She's Asian. Asian people look Asian. What the fuck are you doing here? There's this weird stuff. People like very angry over how good she looks. It's like, yeah, she's beautiful. That's good. Let her be beautiful. There's plenty of ugly women to play out there. Let some beautiful ones exist, please. I thought we were into diversity here. But yeah. Only ever almost platinumed one game, Heavy Rain. I was doing the last thing to get the last trophy and somehow accidentally deleted all the game data. Threw the controller and never played again. That'll do it. That'll do it. That will do it. How many Home Alone sequels are there? I know there was, of the original, of course, we got a Home Alone. We got a Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. But then we got the new kid of Home Alone at some point. I wasn't paying attention. They started making more Home Alones. Macaulay Culkin was like 20, but there was more Home Alones coming with another kid. And like, how many parents are this bad? What are you doing? What are you doing? Nice, Farfetch. Be sure to follow. I'll be streaming some Prey tonight. Not the good Prey, the new Prey, which is also still good, but it's not a good Prey. It's just a good video game. Like, sorry, Prey is Prey, and Prey isn't Prey. That's how it works. Hello, Frodo T. Baggins. Hello. Yes. Okay, I got to get back on the news stuff. Okay, so my opinion, Stella Blade, I'm still really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to doing backflips and kicking ass. And it's nice to know that the reason why she looks so nice is because she's a literal supermodel. Like, hey, I can see that. Okay. Well, this was another thing that happened yesterday. Just a little bit of news, a little bit of random news. And I guess it's entertainment news because it has to do with, just what's all over TV. I want to know what the hell is going on. 10-foot-tall aliens spotted at Miami Mini Mall. Or 5-foot-tall humans at a regular mall. Easy to mix up. So, yesterday, Twitter fired up like, there are 10-foot-tall aliens at a mini mall with the shittiest footage imaginable. It was like this very grainy helicopter camera. It looks like someone was leaning out of their helicopter with like one of those old flip phones from the early 2000s, like trying to get a 240p picture of something. And Twitter was there like, it's footage of 10-foot-tall aliens. Like, is it even footage of a fucking ground? What am I looking at? And then, more recently, little updates, the police have responded with, no, it weren't aliens. It was just like a couple of teenagers roughing things up. So we had to have the police show up for that. And it's like, well, a couple of teenagers being assholes at a mini mall in Florida, I can easily believe. But why the fuck did the entire police force and the state force and like every fucking cop in Florida show up for it? What the fuck happened? What the fuck happened? And where the fuck is the footage on the ground close up showing anything discernible whatsoever? I still don't believe the fucking alien story, but what the fuck happened? I don't believe that just two random fucking teenagers caused that much ruckus either. That was a fucking 11-star wanted level. What the fuck happened? Like, seriously, what the fuck happened? I don't know. I know what they say happened, both like on the National Enquirer and the official. That's just a weather balloon. But what the hell? Like, I just want some footage showing the event, so I'd be like, okay, there it is. And please not AI generated. I know you can do that. Please don't. It's Bigfoot? I don't know. Might be Bigfoot. Might be. For all I know. That wasn't an 11-star wanted level. That was a 20-star wanted level. Yeah, it was a lot of fucking cops. Like, it was a traffic jam of police vehicles lined up, going off into the horizon. And they're saying that was because there were two teenagers just punching each other? At a mall which has mall security that can grab him by the fucking ear and just drag his ass out of there? Where's Paul Blart when you need him? I ask you. And that's another question. If it was aliens, why weren't the military there? Another reason why I don't really believe the alien story. Like, who sends beat cops because extraterrestrials are shoplifting or something? I don't know. Like, but just a lot of fucking... What the hell happened? What the hell happened? You see, that's an explanation. That is an explanation, Fury 161. Maybe the police were on a parade when a call came in and everyone went, I got you, bro, mode, and they just all showed up. It was just a police parade going on at the same time as a couple teenagers starting to fight in a mini mall, and they're like, let's make an example out of these motherfuckers. And there we go. There we go. Oh, God. How many cops does it take to arrest 2 teens? 100. 2 to arrest, and 98 to plant evidence. Ooh. Oh, it was just me. I decided to go out of my wheelchair and stretch my legs and walk around. Really freaked out some people. Instant 5-star wanted level. Okay, well, explanation found. Explanation found. Yeah, but it's just very confusing. It's just the whole thing. Like, I do not for a second believe in the alien story, but it is still... The official story also doesn't make sense. You know? That's my problem I'm having. Like, just please explain why the fuck there were hundreds of police present. It was damn near a riot. Okay. Can I copy that? Can I please copy the dang text? Okay, well, that would explain a bit. I've only seen the little grainy footage up top. Let me see. They don't seem to have any media there. I don't see any media listed on this particular Twitter account. Just 5 random replies. So I don't know about that. If Mickey Mouse has to be owned by a platform, what would it be? I'd assume Disney. Wait, there's that. Why did 61,000 people get their electricity turned off? So, it's just a lot of weird conflicting things. Gotta figure it out. Generator go down somewhere. Could be like there was a lot of people who lost their electricity in Texas, and it didn't have anything to do with aliens. Probably. Got me again. Oof. Just seen the footage. I miss when aliens did cool things like grow giant bugs that just crawl all over buildings and try to just take over the world in the most ineffective ways possible. I mean, maybe. There is a good chance. There is a possibility right there. Yes, I have played Destroy All Humans a little bit. Never got too deep into it. I don't know. It didn't grip me, weirdly enough. Maybe if I gave it more time for it to get its hooks in me, maybe. Shyamalan sort of ruined Aliens. You just see the gray alien going around, and you just think like, lucky I always carry my trusty super soaker. And come to find out, these aliens don't care about water. Why would they? Why would they go to a planet that is 70% surface covered in water, has water in the atmosphere, if they couldn't handle water? Thoughts on the Meg 2? I still have to see it. Anyway. We are coming up on the end of the Twitter poll. Still have... Ah, crap. I got all kinds of destructed. Where is the thing? There you go. Okay, we got 1 minute left on the poll. And it's looking pretty close. Pretty close. And I could swing in a lot of ways because it's only got 18 votes. So head on to Twitter. Head on to Twitter. Vote in a live and wired poll. You got like less than a minute left. I still got the... Yes. Still got a little time left. A little time left to vote. You can make a difference in figuring out what other kind of stuff we could make out of public domain stories. Besides just horror. Like new ideas, new stuff, new things, shiny things. Atarashi. Okay. Well, yeah, but that's what I have the poll on. So that's kind of the thing. Okay. 0 minutes left, it tells me. 0 minutes left. But it's still going. It's just less than a minute. Less than a minute. I'm going to get our poll results in just a teensy tiny bit of time. It's a little tiny bit of boo. Little tiny bit of boo. Well, when co-streaming to Twitch, which since they allow that now, it opens up like, hey, I can have my Live and Wired on YouTube and on Twitch. Since I'm allowed to do that now, there are still some stipulations Twitch puts in place. Like, you're not allowed to do anything that would work to encourage people to leave Twitch and watch this elsewhere. And so the poll being on YouTube theoretically could be against TOS for me to be able to link that over there, or to just have the stream and be like, and this is for all the special YouTube people, and you Twitch guys don't get to do it. Either way, it could be a little issue with the TOS for their multi-streaming going on. So I just have the poll on Twitter now. Oh yeah, you can do polls on Twitch. I forgot about that. I have never done a Twitch poll. I forget, but I've seen plenty of people do it, and I was looking at my Twitch dashboard and like, oh yeah, there's the start poll is right there. Okay, boom, boom. Final results are in with 23 votes. Okay. And in last place is tied for number 3. This got a very close. I have over-the-top action. Over-the-top action public domain classics turned into badass action movies. We have In Space. So we could have over-the-top action in space. You can do them both. At number 2, we have dating simulators. No one wants to see Steamboat Willie that much, but they do want it a little bit more than In Space. And at number 1 with 30%, 30.4. Lowest was 21.7, highest is 30.4. Very close all around. Murder mystery. Who killed Steamboat Willie? Whoa. You don't want to ask me, I didn't pay attention. All right, so. That was a fun little Live and Wired, I do believe so. Now, before we go, need to remind everyone about the... we still have the GoFundMe link in the description on YouTube to help Shannon out. If you are unable to help, please feel free to share the link to do your part to do everything we can to make sure that she's okay. She's my friend, and I want to make sure she's okay. It's just, well, I'm sharing it here. Okay, now that's a good idea too. You could put a poll on Twitch and one on YouTube and compare and contrast how they end up depending on the platform people are watching. Okay, that's also an option. God damn it. I'll think about it. Well, Jovat, you could share it out if possible. I'll see what everyone is able to do. But yes, Shannon needs your help, and I wish her the best. The best of luck. Okay, so that's about all the live and wireds we got going on now. So what all is everyone doing? Oh yeah, that's right. It's just me. Okay, so my next review coming is of Outland, the movie that y'all told me about last time on Live and Wired. I watched it and I loved it. I'm working on a review. So yes, we's getting some Outland review. And oh, nice. Re-downloading Hellblade so you can finally beat it. It is not a very long game, so it's like it was one where I started it and I didn't complete it, and then I played it again like 2 years later, and when I beat it, I was like, man, I could have done that way back when, and this was so good. But yeah, enjoy it. But yeah, so Outland review coming after Live and Wired tonight on Twitch and the YouTube gaming channel, Decker Shadow Gaming. I will be continuing my playthrough of the 2017 Arcane Austin game Prey. I already completed Prey, my Prey from 2006 that I love so much, and I finally ripped the Band-Aid off and started playing Prey, which... It's a good game. It's just... It's not Prey, like, at all. Even slightly. Even accidentally. Nothing. It's not Prey. There's no reason it should be called Prey. It isn't Prey. It's not. And I'm just sad that now if they make a new Prey, it's probably going to be like that, because that's the one that most people know now, which means that the very original world of the original Prey and all that stuff that was going to be there in Prey 2 is like, fucking kiss that goodbye. And we could also review Prey, the Predator movie, that also, like, each Prey is distinctly has fuck all to do with the other. We got Prey from 2006, where you are a Cherokee warrior who enters the spirit realm to fight biomechanoid aliens and just do all kinds of cool shit, walking on walls upside down with biomechanical weapons and shit. Well, I guess the one thing that they has in common with Prey from 2017 is your melee weapon is a wrench in both of them. But 2017's Prey is, hey, you like Bioshock? You like System Shock? Well, this is similar. And then we got Prey, Predator Prey. It's pretty cool. The Predator. You see that one stars Native American warriors. That actually has more to do with 2006 Prey than Prey 2017. So I think maybe you might be Native in 2017. It never really comes up. It's not even remotely important in the slightest. You don't get like Cherokee magic or anything like that in the 2017 Prey. So yeah. Oh well. But yes. That's about all the time we has. I'll be working on that. I'll be taking care of animals around here for a little bit before getting started on the streaming. And also, Charlie should be streaming on her Twitch at Poltergimp She's going to be working on the Nameless Puppet on New Game Plus Plus in Lies of P. Yes, that is the final, true, and actual final boss for her 100% achievements run. She's getting all of it. And she's playing that on the PC, so yeah. She gets her achievements. Alright. Thank you all for watching. I've been Decker Shadow. And remember, help Shannon out. She's been here for us for a while. We can be here for her now. Yeah, that's not a joke. I know I usually do a joke, but it's kind of important. Sorry.